Peace, love, and light, African people. It is the Goddess Sneak Night. This is the Blackest truth, where I take the not so easy topic of racism, white supremacy, break it down, and make it easier for us to maneuver through. We have our second female woman, Black Queen, sister, partner in TBT Gang, Courtney Omega. How are you doing, Queen?
I am doing phenomenal. A lot of great things are happening. The universe is just aligning. So, just feeling really good, blessed, and very, very eager and excited about joining on. So thank you again.
No problem at all. Thank you. If you don't mind, tell us who you are. Who is Courtney Omega, C Omega?
Wow. Courtney Omega is first and foremost a child of God. Courtney Omega is a mother. Courtney Omega is I am a person that has definitely been through a lot to share. I have two beautiful children, was married at 19, have considered myself to be somewhat of a glow up or a accountability specialist, if you will. It's been a journey. Definitely. I am an HBCU grad, Florida A&M, a Rattler. A lot of things that definitely have just consider myself to be a student of life. And as I learn, I love to share. And as I share, I love to engage and have that type of feedback that can inspire and encourage and empower others on their journey as well.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. So, what do you do exactly? How did your brand start?
Wow. Okay, so I think my brand started when I was born, because I like to pride myself on being a legacy carrier, a legacy bearer. So I come from a long line of very just, I guess, motivated and empowered and just active people. My ancestors were very, as my grandmother used to say, they were good stock. So what inspired me was my grandmother. She was the first ever elected African-American and female mayor of Daytona Beach, Florida. And, it was huge. At the time when she was elected, I was actually working in Philadelphia I was working in Mayor Street's administration as a minority business enterprise council consultant within City Hall, within his administration with Mayor Street. And so here I was already in this very, very progressive city, as far as the diaspora is concerned. And I was working in a Black man's administration. So when my grandmother ran for mayor, I honestly didn't realize the full magnitude and the weight of that. Not only did she run for mayor, but she ran for mayor in Daytona Beach, Florida, which was consistently Democratic. Consistently Republican. And her big endorsement came from Bill France Jr., who is the head of NASCAR. So imagine, getting getting KFC
Right.
to recommend that you become a governor. It was a huge deal, and I didn't realize it until she actually won. But I didn't realize how important representation was. And so I think with that, the seed was planted. The jewel began to become unearthed. And her last name was Golden. So I liken that to finding gold, finding the jewel, unearthing the treasure. And it sparked some interest in me with politics. So, I have 4 siblings, right? I'm the youngest of 5. I'm Rudy. We're just like the Cosby kids, like literally. The oldest is, our Sandra is Wanda. The second oldest is our Denise is Kim. Mm-hmm. I have a brother, Dana, instead of Theo. And then the one preceding me is Vanessa/Monica. And then I'm Rudy. And so I kind of wanted to have something that set my own mark. My name being Courtney Omega just wasn't enough, right? My mom said she knew before me, there were other kids before me, but she said she knew I was going to be the last one. But I would always say, well, how come Wanda was an alpha? She was the first one. Mm-hmm. But that didn't make sense to her. So I realized how much representation counted, how much it mattered, how much it really impacted, especially youth in our lives. So I started creating youth programming, curriculum that I called legacy curriculum, which just lets people know that even if you didn't have, you know, mayors or doctors or what have you in your history, that doesn't mean that you can't become that for your next. So that's why I said it was a legacy bearer. But the way that I got to this channel now and how I've created this brand with the Glow Up brand has just been in just realizing that who you are becoming doesn't have to be what you've been. I call myself a student of Malcolm X. Like, imagine if Malcolm X had always stayed in the vein of what he was. You know, he wouldn't have become what he did. And so I always say that, even though I always say to my men, I say, light your light. To my females, I say, glow up, or glow, you glow, girl. But absolutely, Malcolm X has been my biggest influence when it comes to glowing up. And I said that he set the glow up black print, you know. So I just want people to be, you know, be accountable. Like, he never dismissed what he was prior to awakening and finding that knowledge, but he was able to use that to encourage, to empower, to inspire, and to lead generations to come. And, you know, if I can just do a smidgen of what he did with that initiative, with that motive, definitely, I know I've done my part.
Beautiful. So at the Glow Up brand, you told us what inspired you. So what do you do exactly on your channel, on within your brand? If we're lighting the men and we're glowing up the women, what exactly do you do? I love it. Hey.
Well, so first of all, you know, I found that sometimes, again, with representation, when you share some of yourself, it allows other people to share some of themselves as well. Mm-hmm. And I remember when I first started the channel and I would be doing these story times, they were very lonely. And I was just like, is anybody even listening? And then after about, you know, a month, 2 months, you know, when I did my first live, I was really surprised how many people showed up. I'm like, to hear me talking, to engage. So when I started it, it was more so to share my journey, because I used to be a fitness consultant. I was formerly a licensed nutritionist. And I was like, hey, I really started really investing back into this brand, of course, during the height of COVID. I was like, I'm going to definitely not use this time to put on 30 more. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to get off this. And so I started fasting, and I was sharing with my subscribers, my glowers, as I call them, how important the spirituality part of fasting is. And so with me delving back into that, it started to engage. So that's a service that I definitely offer through my brand as well. I have assisted other people with fast. I set meal plans for fast, because if you're going to do a fast, you may be doing a Daniel fast. Like, there are different ways to fast. So, and depending on what you hope to gain from the fast. Some people want to lose weight. Some people want to pick up muscle. Some people want to just get more stamina. You know, that's been definitely a bigger component for our older ladies, and, you know, they want more energy, you know, throughout the day. So that's definitely a service that I offer. And I also offer my platform to engage with others that are, you know, want to bring awareness to their brand as well. Because I always say, you know, what is the glow when it's just you glowing? Right. You know, it's bright when we all glowing together. So, and that's what a big part of that is glow up. You know, right. You plan to grow up, but glowing up is something that, you know, must be intentional, must be purposeful. And that's the same thing I think about when I think about us being communal and being community, and glowing and improving and progressing together. You know, if I'm just doing it, that's cool. But if we're all doing it, that's great.
Right. I love that. You know, I was telling my mom recently about a previous job that I worked at, and it was like a concert. And, you know, at the concerts, at some point, the artist may say, everybody just pull out their phone. And I was telling my mom how all you could see is just like thousands of cell phones just lit up, and how beautiful it was. So when you say, what's the point in glowing up alone? Like, you can't get that massive effect with just on. Everybody has to pull out their cell phone, like wave it and it just creates that experience. I get what
It's really powerful.
Right,
It's really powerful. And it just like you said, because that gives a great visual. I'm all about visualization. I love writing. I love words, but I don't even have to close my eyes to see that. I'm there. I'm there. And so that's the whole concept that, and I always say, light your light, light someone else's light. I love that saying that says, my shine doesn't take away anybody else, so I always say, hey, it just adds to it. Glows multiply. They don't subtract. They don't subtract.
Sure.
So absolutely.
I love it. I love it. And when we spoke on the phone, because that's kind of like my thing. Like, no matter who is a partner, no matter who I collab with, it's like we have a series of conversations on the phone before.
I love that.
Yeah, because you gotta get to know somebody.
I love that. It's true.
And I just love your perspective, and really just being able to see what we as Black people need and want to work towards those things and collaborating. I believe you even mentioned the forum that you have, the melanin address.
Yes, the melanin address. The first Saturday of every month, we do the state of the melanin address. Because we can get the state of the United States, we get the state of, but we want to do the state of the melanated people address, and we have different people coming in and weighing on, and definitely. I appreciate, having your ear to that and being able to input for the next one. So the first Saturday of every month, we need to sit down and talk about what things are affecting us, how they're affecting us, and how they're impacting our lives, because how COVID has affected the world is different from how it affected African Americans.
Right.
It's different from how it has affected our melanated people. So we need to have our addresses to be very, very well organized so that we can develop strategies to progress situations, our awareness about them. It's very, like I said, with me recently I moved up from Miami to Atlanta, the things that people were concerned about in Miami are just not the things that people are concerned about here. So this is why it's very important for the state of the melanin address to not just be from me, because these things might be important to me as a young mom, as a divorced woman, but when we're talking about on a national level, my input or my concerns might be only speaking to one small demographic of the entire picture.
Right. And I love that, because that's essentially, if we want more potency in our vote, more something to see, we have to have an address. We have to have things that we're looking for, a list to present.
An agenda.
An agenda.
I say you can't go anywhere without thinking that you're going to just achieve this stuff and you don't have a real solid agenda. And that's one thing, unfortunately, that I think is going so awry with what's happening right now. I think all of this protesting, we're misusing this energy. Because if that's all you can come from the protesting is talking about we're going to fund a police, police and on a national level, and you're talking about what 38% of police on a national level are African American. What we really doing, sisters and brothers? What are we really doing? So, but again, like I said, that may be my personal opinion, because I do have, law enforcement family. For some people that they don't care about the 38%.
38% of us working in the law enforcement, girl, what you say? But, again, you're right. Until it's on your front doorstep, you don't even consider it. You don't even care.
You don't care.
And I love that. So let me ask you, what can we look for from you in TBT Gang? If someone wants to sign up for TBT Gang and they want to check out Courtney Omega, the Glow Up Experience, what can we expect from you, honey?
Oh my gosh, you know what? That's such a fun question. I think I have become just what can be expected from me is that I bring some professionalism always. I'm a person that, if you're trying to glow up, you're trying to glow up your resume, hey, I can help you do that. If you're trying to glow up what your perspective is on some aspects of whether it is, I find that, like I said, with being a constant student and you're learning, that's the best way to glow up. If you want to learn, there are a lot of things that interest me. And so I think that that's a surprise to a lot of people. So I just prided myself on being that go-to person. You know, I'm very resourceful. I've lived a lot of cities. You know, I've lived, of course, like I said, Philadelphia, Daytona, Atlanta, Miami, Virginia, Texas. I'm sorry, not Texas, you're Texas, but Phoenix, Arizona. So I'm a very well-traveled, well-versed. I was married to a lawyer. I know how to read over some legal documentation. You know, I network very well from my background in public relations journalism. So there might be some questions that you want to ask. And then I'm also I'm very much a person that has seen it from different, I call it prism perspective. So, and my background is education. So I'm used to doing that nurturing part. So I think that if anyone is literally very interested in improving and progressing their life or their current surroundings, I'm a light worker. That's what glows. That's what this all about. You know, that's what we do. So, you know, if it is something that I don't know about, I am very good at connecting you with someone who does. I'm a connector. You know, I'm a conductor. I'm a conduit. And you know, I'm a light worker. So I you know, and I'm a student too. I'm learning too. So I think that that's always a good time. That's a good relationship all the time too. When you're engaging with someone, they don't feel like they're always being talked to a certain way. They feel like they're being spoken with. And you know, I can definitely get that. And you know, if you're ever looking for somebody to do a little professional speaking, I'm very well versed in that also. If you want to, you need a guest speaker on something real quick, I can put together a travel package very conveniently and very cost effectively.
I need y'all to pick me up in the Uber. Need Uber to have.
Yeah, and because I've lived so many places, I got houses all over. Like what Nikki said, she said she got I keep a spot in every state. Dalmatian chick. Okay, so I can go visit. I can go stay. We don't have to do the hotels. You know, I can definitely go stay with some friends and family all over. I keep them all over.
I love it. I love it. Well, I appreciate you for signing up for TBT Gang and becoming a partner. I think I mentioned this to you, and I always want to reiterate that the Blackest Truth is a place for us to function in the meantime. We know white supremacy exists. We know that it sucks. We know that we want to have another area. We want to have our own something, land, jobs. We want those things.
Absolutely.
But in the meantime, what? You know, this is what I always say. This is in the meantime. We're glowing up. We're learning about finance. We're learning how to grow food. We're learning just all of those things, and even just trying to figure out a way to smile. You know, sometimes that is just as important as medicine. Just laugh.
It's very true. Finding the blessing in every day. You know, starting your day off with saying these 3 things I'm glad for today. Right. You know, and I do that because literally, you know, I'm trying to get somebody to, maybe you can help me out with this. I'm trying to get somebody to donate, please, the California King bed, because I'm 5'1", almost 5'2", and my kids are so tall, and we sleep together. Y'all, I need my space, y'all. Please, somebody. I said I need the type of space in that bed that even though we all in bed together don't feel like it. Right. Okay. Right. A regular king isn't doing it anymore. I need that California king dream. Okay.
Now, since we're gonna do you one better, we're gonna get you a king. The king gonna buy the California king. Your kids gonna go to their room, and you gonna that we're gonna do you one better.
Please, and if he could be a firefighter, you know I like this red, honey. I like this red sus. I'm a firecracker. July birthday and the whole 9. I need a firefighter in my life.
Let me say it's getting hot in here. It's getting hot.
Hey, I'm telling you, but you're absolutely right. That will be one better. And honey, coming up in next month, I'll be 6 years celibate. Trust, I'm preparing for you, king.
She's for the king. We gonna look, we're connecting y'all. CBC Gang might be the conduit. CBC Gang, you might need to go ahead and join CBC Gang so you can sex and comment on Courtney video, and then you can shoot your shot in her DM. I know how y'all be getting down.
Thank you. I said I don't do nothing on DM. We need it all public. You can call me in private, but we need it all. No secrets. No secrets, because y'all will keep extra wives and stuff secrets. No secrets.
Thank you so much to you, Courtney Omega. We appreciate you for coming on the Blackest Truth platform. If you are someone who's interested in joining the Blackest Truth gang, email me and we can set up a 15-minute consultation for us to talk and see exactly what you bring to the table. What do you offer? What's your brand? I'm looking for African spiritualists, baby. I'm looking for those of you who know how to cook food, those of you who know how to grow food. Baby, if you know how to grow hair, I'm looking for a married couple who's been married for a long time who can help us with that. People who've overcome obesity, drug addiction. I'm looking for great quality brands that could help so many Black people who might be going through this. You have a story, you have a testimony, you have quality something to bring to the table, and I would love to put it into TBT Gang, all right? It is the Goddess Night. This is the Blackest Truth. I'll see y'all later. Bye.